Thank you for tuning in to WDRB Media, the voice of the community, the only station giving you double the information and inspiration. You're listening to Awesomeness in Action, and I'm your host, your girl, Raushawna Price, giver of awesomeness, international author, coach, speaker, and trainer. This topic today we're going to be discussing is powerful. I have a special guest here, and so this episode is brought to you by Erie Success. Erie Success is a strategic consulting partner that helps clients soar above their competition through solutions, opportunity, awareness, and resources. To learn more about Erie Success, visit EYRIEsuccess.com. Welcome Mary Michelle Miller to the show today. So you all give her a big round of applause if you're listening, if you're watching. Welcome to the show, Mary Michelle.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. I'm glad you're here. And I love you have two names. And so I want to make sure I always say Mary Michelle, and you have the Miller. So you actually have like 3 M's, which is, so anyone that knows I like alliterations. And so you have 3 of them all together. Let me tell you more about this dynamic, powerful woman of God we have here. So Mary Michelle Miller is the founder and CEO of Miller's House of Hope Incorporated. This is a nonprofit that has programs that were actually birthed out of her own concern for teen moms. She knows this well, and we're going to talk about it. You know, here on Awesomeness in Action, we get to the depth, we get to the backstory of our guests that are here. So she herself was a victim of becoming a teen mom at a young age, at the age of 14. And she also had goals to help and educate others along the way. Her story has not been easy, and it is one that she carries as a mantle for others. So she is not ashamed of it. She is proud of it. She has raised phenomenal children, and she's going to share with us all of that. She is now a minister who works with at-risk youth in her community. She lives outside of Dallas, Texas. She is a member of the Potter's House. She is a phenomenal woman of God, and I have to take this moment to say that she is also brave and courageous, because I met her a little over a year ago, and she just walked up to me on faith. We were at an event. Do you remember?
Yes.
Yeah, she just came.
Let me get tissues because I'm already about. Let me get Kleenex through. I'll be right back.
So she's going to get some tissues, and we're just getting started. Look, so I'm going to tell you the story. So this is what happened. I was in Dallas on faith, speaking at a conference. My mom was there. It was my first time telling my bullying stories, the awesomeness dealer stories that you all have heard right here on the show. And after I came off stage, Mary Michelle came up to me. She was one of the people at the table that was like, "Can I buy your book? I need to know more about you." And she invited me to come to her conference. So that was in February of 2019, and her conference was in September of 2019. And do you remember what you said to me?
I remember talking about what the theme was going to be and everything, but the thing that got me was your heart. You had a beautiful heart. You totally encouraged me in those few minutes of us talking, and you was like, "I would love to, jump on the bandwagon and help you out." I mean, like, I didn't know you. I just walked up to you, and I was just so grateful. And you have been a woman of honor. You have been a woman of integrity. She has kept her word. I've had many people say, "I'm going to help you," or "I'll do this," and they didn't follow through, but she followed through on everything she said she would do. She came to Dallas for the retreat. It was amazing. The women still talk about her. And she even Zoomed in this year for our retreat. And it's been, a lot to get done with me not having a lot of support. And I've been a little nervous about getting my story out there, but she has totally been a godsend and a true blessing to me. And she definitely represents a woman of integrity. So thank you.
You're welcome. So Mary Michelle, tell us what happened take us right to the days and the weeks when you found out you were pregnant at 14. How did that come to be?
My mother had just passed away, and my aunt said, I believe you're pregnant, and I believe your mom knew you were pregnant, and I believe you helped basically push her over the edge, which broke.
Oh my God.
It broke my heart. And because my mom was sick with terminal illness, which was cancer, she was not able to be present, and a lot of stuff that was going on with me as becoming a young girl. And, and there was guys pursuing me when I would leave home, but I didn't tell anybody. And they were older than me. And so one did, a couple of them, did get me off to the side and was able to, do what, their whatever. And so I didn't even realize, I didn't know I was pregnant. And when my mom passed, I was 14, and my auntie, they said, we're going to take you to the doctor because we believe you're pregnant. And sure enough, I was pregnant. So I was at my mom's funeral, pregnant with a baby, and I don't know nothing about life, any of this. So I was doubly traumatized. But I made up my mind. I wasn't going to be a teen statistic. I wasn't going to throw my life away because my mom had put so much in me in the time that she did have with me. So I got my own apartment at like 16. I went and I talked to this man who owned property. And I don't know, it was just like God was just always with me, gave me so much strength and so much wisdom. And I went and talked to him. I'll never forget him. His name was Chucky Robinson. He owned our barbecue place back home, and we loved his barbecue. And I asked him, I was like, can I rent that apartment that you have? And he looked at me like, this little girl's asking me to rent an apartment. He allowed me to rent the apartment. I had my baby. I was there at the hospital by myself. My older sister did try to help out somewhat, but I just was feeling all types of rejection because for our family, you're not supposed to get pregnant. So I kind of like shut myself off. I did have my baby. She's now grown, doing really well. And so my heart just goes out to teen moms. It goes out to young girls who don't have their mom in their life. I know how it feels to be rejected. So I want to just take all of them and just put them in a house. I want to help them, and I know what that feels like. And I help out with foster kids as well, because I know what that feels. It's double rejection when you're pregnant, you have a baby, and you don't have a family. So I try to help teen moms, and I've taken in a couple of teen moms into my home to help mentor them. I did go back to school because I was a high school dropout, but I went back to school and I got my GED, and I went to cosmetology school. And I've just been very determined not to give up. And my purpose is to help other young girls. And now it's branching out to women as well who are abused, who go through domestic violence and go through all the things that come with being in bad relationships. So all my relationships were bad because I didn't know me. And I'm finally healing and learning who I am and learning what healthy looks like. Because I wasn't raised in a healthy environment. I didn't know that then because I really loved my father. So
about that, I wanna, because your story, I wanna break it down for the listeners, because your story starts with sickness of your mom that makes you vulnerable. And that, if for anyone listening, terminal illness, when a parent is diagnosed, there's a lot that happens. Not only does it happen to the person that's sick, but every person in the household, and then the extended family walks through that. And sometimes children, even young adults, some would say 14, there's still a part of you that's a child and that is grieving loss. I can see it even now in your eyes. that loss, and then to have an adult say to you that your mother knew, and so therefore that's what sent her over the edge, those words ring in the heart and the mind. That's why, we have to be careful about the things we say, because they can ring in someone's mind for years and years and years. So after your mom passed and you were bold and courageous to ask to get out on your own and to ask someone to rent an apartment, as you were getting your GED and finishing up school, was there someone, you said the Lord was with you. Did he send someone? Who did he send to walk alongside of you during that time?
No one.
No one.
And that's why I do what I do,
Yeah.
because I know what it feels like to have no one.
Mm.
Leaving you, have people tell you you're never going to be anything, you're never going to amount to anything. I know what that feels like. Like I said, I had an older sister who tried, and she helped me with my daughter when she could, but she was married to a pastor, and he was an only child. So he was very, he was selfish. And so she really couldn't help me like she wanted to. And then she started taking over with my daughter. And me and my daughter, we're still estranged. We still don't have a good relationship because I let my sister be, influence in her life. And they were saying negative things, that impacted my daughter to this day. So I'm still working through a lot of things with my life now that I have time to actually, let God heal me and process me and make me actually look at this stuff head on, and that there was trauma there. A lot of times we never look at what we've been through. We just keep rolling on, and I said I'm a strong person. And so I just kept rolling through the pain, but I kept making achievement so that I could help other people, because my heart was always to help other people. And Miller's House with Hope is founded because of my mother. It's in memory of her. She always helped everyone. And so my heart, I have the same type of compassion, the same type of empathy, and the same type of heart. So I love people, and I see pain, in people that other people don't see. And so I just want to help other young girls to know they can get through it. And I know if I help them, then we can have healthy babies, and we can have babies that can still grow up to be happy and be successful. I would love to have a home one day where I can house the teen girls. I already have in my mind the vision of the bedrooms. I have a room with Maya Angelou, Oprah Winfrey, because I want them to be inspired as they sleep. And I want to have a room set up where they can do their computer stuff in school, so they don't have to drop out of school and just give up. Because a lot of times girls that get in this situation, they're not bad girls. They just don't know. They make a mistake. And then when there's no one there for them to talk to, they get in these abusive, toxic relationships. And so if I can be there to help them to know that they are worthy, that they are beautiful. I don't believe God made one ugly person. I don't care what we look like. We're beautiful. And so, and now I work at an organization helping women who are going through transition, have been through abuse. And I also help with their babies at our center. So I love just seeing the hope that is given through House of Hope. And God told me to give hope to hopelessness, because I was once that hopeless chick. I have hope now.
Yes, you have hope and a strategy. I often say hope is not a strategy. You have the hope that you started to build the strategy. And what you've built is a nonprofit that supports teen moms, at-risk youth, women that are in transition. You work in another organization also that helps to do that. So as you're now doing the work, I'm going to say standing in the gap for someone who has a gap, there isn't a family member, a big sister, a mother to help them work through their process. What's one thing or a couple of things that you see that tend to happen to the girls that you're serving or the women that you're serving? What are some of the things that even those that are listening can start to even pay attention to, because maybe they don't even know this person's at risk?
They become withdrawn.
Okay.
They become withdrawn, and they start not taking care of themselves, and then they won't take care of the baby either. So you'll see them, maybe drop the child off to school and the child is not looking right, so you want to check on those moms that are young and that, don't have the resources. And sometimes they're not doing it intentionally. They really just don't know. I work with a lot of women. They don't know. They haven't been taught, and they come from a long line of poverty, a long line of, abuse. So a lot of times they're sad, they're broken. And that's why we're having a rise of suicide taking place, because people are hurting, and we're in such a selfish generation now where nobody looks outside the walls of their own home to be concerned about someone else. So when you see a person that usually talks or whatever, they become withdrawn, or they're not answering the phone, or they're acting like they don't care anymore, or they're becoming defiant. Defiant is one of the signs as well. They become very defiant.
Oh, that's good. Like they used to go along to get along. They're not doing that anymore. That's a really good sign to watch out, because we're talking about all of the things related to domestic violence, specifically this month, and how that really domestic violence, whether it is physical abuse, mental abuse, verbal abuse, it starts in a household, which creates vulnerable children. Those vulnerable children can become teen moms, having to go through transition, or kids move a lot to try to get out of those situations, or women are trying to get out, or even men that are experiencing domestic violence and they're actually the victims. They're trying to get out, and that creates children that are in transition or that go from home to home not feeling stable. Have you experienced any of that in the work that you've been doing?
Yeah. You were saying that they're unstable?
Yeah, the unstable live.
Yes, they don't have, some of them are basically living from house to house with, anybody that'll let them lay, and I done that, before I got my apartment. I was living in my mom's home that she left us, but my brother was being so cruel to me. I wanted to get out of there as fast as I could. So I was starting to stay over my friend's house, and people were getting tired of me, and I was, going through that rejection thing. That's why I said I will always have a place to lay my head. So a lot of these girls are homeless. They're living from house to house. And so our organization, we actually give them a place to live for a year. We give coaching to help them get their finances, to get a job. So yes, a lot of them are definitely, they don't have the resources, and they don't know how to go about, holding down an apartment and, holding down, a job. They don't have any job training. They don't have anybody that's there to help them. Like I said, it was only God who helped me, because I definitely didn't have anyone holding my hand. That's why I'm so grateful for what God has helped me to do. And that's why I want to help other girls. And I want to be there to hold their hand through a lot of this stuff, because they don't know. They don't know. But there's a lot of hope for them if they get the help. I've seen girls who have went to school, finished college. I ran the Teen Mom program before I came to Dallas. And I have girls that still reach out to me, and they're doing phenomenal, and they still thank me. And one of them is now actually started her own program to be a doula, because I was a doula. I was her labor coach. I did Teen Moms.
Okay, so wait, break down doula, because I kind of have an idea, but just make sure, right? I'll anytime it comes up and it's starting to spit some knowledge, I'm like, wait, make sure the listeners know. So share a little bit more about what a doula is.
Doula is a Greek word for mothering the mother. And I was working at a organization where we gave away everything free in Jesus' name. And they gave me a pamphlet to give out in my helping appointments to people that was coming in for financial help. And it was saying they needed doulas. And they needed a teen mom to help teen moms. And it was mothering the mother. And boy, I applied. I was like, this is for me. This is for me.
No, right. Yes.
I was like, God started taking my life from glory to glory. This was the chick who was supposed to be nothing. I had my own office at this other organization. It was just crazy. He started helping me. And I got that position. They gave me the primary position because the last position gave me such a raving review. The nuns called me in and they gave me that position, and I ran that program for those teen moms. And I was the person that would show up when they went into labor, because they had got to know me, because I did the prenatal and the prenatal visits before they had their babies. And then I would do the post visits as well. So when I showed up at the hospital, they felt comfortable with me. They had an easier delivery, and I would make sure the bedroom and everything was ready at the house before they brought their baby home. So yeah, doula is a Greek word for mothering the mother.
Mother. And how amazing it is, because God will leave that opening and it's like a job description that's written just for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, of course. And the thing that or some would say is a shame or a scarlet letter is the thing that somebody's actually looking for, right? Like you yourself is a teen mom, is like, that's exactly what we need, because we need someone who can feel another teen mom's pain. That is powerful. And that's just how God works. He is the awesome God who puts us in these awesome situations where we can put action into it, bring the gift and the talent out.
Yeah, I said he created that job with me in mind.
Exactly.
It was awesome.
Yes. And so let's talk a little bit more about how you're helping currently in your community in the Dallas area. Tell us more about the programs you have. I know you just had a great retreat. What is going on right now?
Well, I'm gathering my girls together. I'm going to have a tea for them, or like a tea party. And I have one other person who's going to help me do that, because some of them haven't ever had a tea party or anything. So I want to open them up to more different things. So we're going to do a tea party where they're going to have an opportunity to interact with other teen moms and with other girls that are at risk, and they're going to be able to share their stories. I just had the retreat. Also, the schools are opening back up, so I'm ready to go back into the schools and reach out to the social workers there and the liaisons there to talk to their teen girls that they may have there in the school, so I can start helping them and get them, prepared for their babies. I'm also trying to recruit some nurses that will volunteer some of their time to actually, be with them when they get ready to have their babies.
Hey nurses, if you're listening out there, you're in the Dallas area, how can people?
I need you.
Yeah, so tell us, how can they contact you?
You can contact me through Miller's House. With my website is www.millershouseWithHope.org. That again, it's www.millershouseWithHope.org. Or you can email me, and I'm having some issues with my email right now, and I'm not sure what's going on with my Miller's House with Hope email, but you can reach out to me through my email as well. Michelle Miller 61 at yahoo.com. Michelle Miller 61 at yahoo.com.
Okay. All right. That is great information. I want people to know, and you can always also email radio@giverofawesomeness.com for any of the broadcasts to get in touch with any of the guests. So if for some reason you missed it or you don't remember, or you're trying to figure it out, you can go to radio@giverofawesomeness.com and say, I'm a nurse. How do I get in touch? And we will make sure that we get you guys connected to one another. Ultimately, Mary Michelle, when you think about where we are right now in society, the pandemic, we know that there has been a decrease actually in the number of reporting of domestic violence because people aren't going to school as much, or they aren't going to work, so they're not reporting it, and we know it's happening more. There's an increase of suicide, and those are all things that are near and dear. What are a couple of nuggets you would like to leave with the audience as they continue to navigate their lives? How can they start to be more vigilant or to support those that might be in need?
Please check on your loved ones. Check on that person who never says they're hurting. Check on that person who always seems to be happy. They need help too. Strong people need help sometimes. And sometimes they're not going to tell you because they're used to everyone coming to them. So right now, people are isolated. They're not able to go out, and do things. Some people you don't even realize. It was many holidays I was at home by myself and no one knew it because I was always the person that was, helping everybody or inviting everybody over. So check on people as much as you can right now. Be more open to see about your neighbors, because he said we're to love our neighbors as ourselves. So don't just live in a community anymore where you don't talk, because we're headed for some even rougher times because of the economy. So people are going to start breaking in homes. They're going to start doing things to get money. So your neighbors, everyone needs to kind of like band together right now and look out for one another. And if you got an extra, can, just back it up, sitting on somebody's porch right now. Just do those acts of kindness right now. Nobody has to know, because some people are not going to tell you that they're hungry. It was days I was hungry and I didn't tell anybody.
Wow. I appreciate you for coming on the Awesomeness in Action radio show and being so vulnerable to share your story. I am believing, I know that it is going to help those that are listening, those that will listen to the recordings and the playbacks. Your story, the thing that someone said to you that would make you not be something, is the exact thing that is going to propel you into only places that God knows. So I wish you much success. You are welcome to come back to the show anytime, and go to millershouseofhope.org so that you can get more information, and make sure that if you have questions, you can always contact me at radio@giverofofawesomeness.com, or you can call 919-351-8668. Continue to come back every Saturday at 3 p.m. for the Awesomeness in Action radio show. And if you're interested in sponsorship or making sure that your commercial is heard during this segment, make sure you contact me. I'm your girl, Raushawna Price, giver of awesomeness. Thank you for tuning in to the Awesomeness.
Can I say one thing before you hang up?
Sure, go ahead.
I just want to say, and to anyone who has a vision or has a dream to help other people, or, just start it. Because I didn't have the money. I didn't have the resources to get my 501c3. I just kept going. So if it's something God has put in your heart to do for others through your pain, go for it. Do it now. Find a way to do it now.
Yes, that is powerful. Find a way to do it now. Do it now. Make sure you get started. So thank you for sharing that last nugget. I love it. Make sure that you guys tune in next Saturday, 3 p.m. right here on WDRB Media, the voice of the community, for the Awesomeness in Action radio show. I'm your girl, Raushawna Price, giver of awesomeness. We'll see you back here next week. Until then, continue to be blessed. And remember, awesomeness is in you.
See, I wrote stuff.
Sing it. Go.
What?
What you just sang. Go.
I want to sing. I want to hear my song on the radio.
Go. Sing it again.
I want to sing. I want to hear my song on the radio. I want to hear my song on the radio. I messed that up.
No, you didn't. I want to splice that. Sing the whole thing, all of it. I want to sing it twice through, however you want to sing.
Okay. I was saying now I can't even say that out.
Just take a deep breath.
I want to sing. I want to hear my song on the radio. I want to sing, and I want to hear my song on the radio.
Okay.